Okay, let's jump right into this. Welcome to today's explainer. I know exactly how it feels when you're juggling work, family, and a never-ending to-do list. Fitting fitness into a busy life? It's like trying to solve a puzzle, but you're missing half the pieces, right? More often than not, it just falls right to the absolute bottom of the priority list because, honestly, it feels way too overwhelming to even start.
So let me ask you a quick question. Do you think you have absolutely no time to exercise today? Well, we're going to completely dismantle that no time excuse right out of the gate. Because the truth is, you don't need to commute to a gym, and you definitely don't need to block out a massive chunk of your day to see incredible results.
Because, honestly, the magic number is just 10. 10 minutes a day, that is your minimum effective dose to build real, lasting momentum and completely transform both your physical and mental health. When you commit to just 10 minutes of daily movement, it's like keeping the engine running. It's all about showing up consistently so your body and mind stay primed and ready.
Think of me as your digital personal trainer today. Here's our exact game plan for this explainer. We'll cover why 10 minutes actually works, run through a quick warm-up, break down your full body circuit, talk about structuring your workout, do a brief cool-down, and finally dive into consistency and expectations. Simple, right? Let's go.
All right, Section 1, Why 10 Minutes Works.
We really need to bust this myth that you have to suffer for a full hour at the gym to see any actual health benefits. Longer isn't always better. To put this into perspective, researchers at the University of Portsmouth highlighted some wild statistics. We're talking about just 15 minutes of vigorous activity a week yielding massive benefits. That's a 40% lower risk of heart disease, a 16% reduction in cancer risk, and an 18% drop in the risk of early death. Plus, it improves your overall cardiorespiratory health and helps you manage blood sugar and body fat.
And this quote right here just nails it. Dr. Gaesser from Arizona State University points out that fractionalized exercise, which is basically breaking up your workouts into little chunks, actually led to lower average 24-hour blood pressure readings. So, sports science is literally telling us that 3 quick 10-minute workouts can actually be more effective for your blood pressure than forcing yourself through a single 30-minute slog. Your body responds incredibly well to these concentrated bursts of effort.
Moving on to Section 2, the quick warm-up.
Okay, so the science is definitely on our side. But before we get moving, we have to talk preparation. We're setting aside just 1 or 2 minutes to get the blood flowing. Coach Summer has this great kind of tough love quote, "If you don't have time to warm up, you don't have time to work out." It sounds a little harsh, I know, but priming your body is a totally non-negotiable step to prevent injuries and prep your joints for the work ahead.
So, what does this actually look like in practice? Super simple, zero equipment warm-up moves. Start with some arm circles front and back, just to loosen up those shoulders. Throw in some trunk rotations for your spine. Do a few easy bodyweight squats, or honestly, literally just practice sitting down and standing up from a chair. Hey, it counts. March in place to wake up your heart rate, and do some leg swings. You can even use these moves as a quick, energizing break during your workday.
All right, Section 3, Your Full Body Circuit.
You're warmed up, so let's get into the main event. No equipment needed, just you and your own body weight. But real quick, let's translate a bit of fitness jargon into plain English. A circuit is simply a sequence of exercises that you do one right after the other with as little rest as possible. By keeping those rest periods super short, we keep your heart rate elevated, making sure you get both a strength and cardio workout done in under 10 minutes.
Let's break down the actual movements, starting with your lower body. Now listen, modifying an exercise is a huge success, not a failure. If you're a beginner, try a chair squat. Just hinge the hips and squat down until you gently tap a sturdy chair. Easy. Intermediate, go for standard bodyweight squats or lunges. Whichever variation you choose, watch out for your knees caving inward. That's a super common mistake. Push them out slightly to engage your glutes and protect those joints.
Next up, upper body. We're talking push-ups. If you're just starting out, knee push-ups are fantastic. The absolute key here, and you see this mistake all the time, is avoiding a sagging lower back. You want to maintain a perfectly straight line from your head right down to your knees to protect your spine. And hey, if the floor is still too much right now, you can literally do these standing up against a wall. If you're intermediate, you're hitting that standard high plank push-up. Starting on your knees is a perfectly valid way to build foundational upper body strength.
To finish off this circuit, we're going to fire up the core and add a quick burst of full body cardio. For your core, you can choose modified crunches or a highly effective forearm plank hold. Just make sure your body is rigid like a straight line. Then, we spike the heart rate. If you need a low-impact option to save your joints, go with side-to-side taps. But if you're ready for some explosive power, hit those mountain climbers or jumping jacks.
Which brings us to Section 4,
structuring your workout. So how do we actually arrange all these moves into a timed 10-minute block? It is incredibly easy to customize your intensity here without even changing the exercises. Check this out. If you're a beginner, work for 20 seconds, then take a glorious 40 seconds to rest before the next move. As you get fitter, just tweak that ratio. An intermediate person might work for 30 seconds and rest for 30. An advanced exerciser, you're going hard for 40 seconds with only a 20-second breather. You literally just set a timer, follow your ratio, and cycle through the circuit until you hit 10 minutes.
Okay, section 5, the brief cool down.
Boom, your 10 minutes are up. But do not skip this next part. Dedicating just 60 seconds to cool down safely transitions you back into your normal day and really helps reduce muscle soreness. Step 1. Just walk in place slowly to let your heart rate come down naturally. Step 2. Do some basic, simple stretches for your arms and legs. Step 3. Focus on taking deep, restorative breaths. It's a fantastic quick reset for your nervous system, your body, and your mind.
And finally, section 6, consistency and realistic expectations. Now for the psychological side of things, how to actually make this stick long-term. I want to introduce you to a brilliant habit-building concept called exercise stacking. If your schedule is just pure chaos, try doing a tiny, short workout bout in the morning, and maybe another one in the afternoon. Stacking these little mini-sessions is highly effective, and it lets you build up that exercise volume on days when even a solid, uninterrupted 10 minutes feels downright impossible.
And keeping yourself accountable is huge. Just checking a box on a calendar day builds so much psychological momentum. Honestly, showing up and putting a messy checkmark on a piece of paper matters way more than having a perfect execution during the workout itself. Stop restarting your fitness journey over and over. Just do the 10 minutes and check the box.
We also need to set some realistic expectations here. Your short-term wins from a 10-minute daily routine, they are amazing. We're talking increased energy, a vastly better mood, lower blood pressure, and a huge sense of accomplishment. You're going to feel these practically overnight. But if you're chasing long-term, massive visible changes to your body composition, or you're trying to build endurance for a marathon, understand that those goals will eventually require longer, more specialized sessions. For now, celebrate the immediate metabolic wins today.
So before you go crush this, a quick but absolutely crucial reminder about safety. You are the CEO of your own body. Listen to it. Modify the movements whenever you need to. Do not sacrifice good form just to squeeze in a few extra reps. And of course, always consult a doctor before starting any new routine if you have underlying health conditions. Work hard, but exercise smart.
So there you have it. We've covered the science, the warm-up, the exact circuit, how to structure it, and the mindset to make it last. You literally have the blueprint in your hands. So I leave you with this final empowering question. Your 10 minutes starts right now. What are you going to do with it? Drop the excuses, clear a little space in your living room, and take action. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and seriously, go enjoy